Welcome to the listening window, where you can practice English by listening, repeating, and falling into a story. Today's story is called The Door at the End of the Driveway. It starts with an old country house, a strange door that should lead nowhere, and a truth buried deeper than anyone imagined. Repeat after every sentence. And don't forget, you can read and practice the full script by clicking the link in the description. Let's begin. My name is Natalie, and for most of my life, I thought I knew the house I grew up in. It was big, old, and tucked away at the very edge of a sleepy countryside town. We called it the Elms, and it had been in my family for generations. I was born in that house. I took my first steps on the creaky wooden floors, and I watched more than one storm roll in through its tall, dusty windows. But there was always one thing that bothered me, one thing that never made sense. At the very end of our gravel driveway, half hidden behind a stone wall and overgrown vines, was a door. A single wooden door, painted black, with no frame, no house, no building around it. Just standing there, alone. Everyone called it the gate. But it wasn't a gate. It was a door with a handle and a heavy iron keyhole. And the strange thing was, it didn't open, at least not for me. I tried hundreds of times growing up. Pushed, pulled, kicked, begged. Nothing. My parents told me to leave it alone. Said it was just a remnant of an old storage shed that had been torn down decades ago. But something about that never sat right with me. Why would anyone leave just the door? And why did my mother's voice always get tight when I asked about it? Years passed. I grew up, moved away, started a life of my own in the city. But when my father passed and my mother followed just a year later, I inherited the house. I didn't plan to stay. I just needed to go through their things, handle the estate, and sell it. But the moment I stepped back inside, I felt it again. The pull. Not to the house, but to the door at the end of the driveway. And this time, it was open. Slightly. Just a crack. Enough to see darkness beyond it. A deep, endless black. I should have left it alone. I know that now. But curiosity is a powerful thing. That night, I grabbed a flashlight and walked to the door. The air felt heavier, colder, the kind of cold that sinks into your bones even when the air is still. I reached out, touched the wood. It was warm, warm, like a person. I pulled the door open and stepped inside. There was no sound, no light, no floorboards creaking beneath me, only silence. But as I took another step, the flashlight flickered, then died. Pitch black. I turned around to leave, but the door was gone. Gone. There was only wall. Stone, cold, and unfamiliar. I wasn't in the woods. I wasn't outside. I was somewhere else. And then I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, deliberate footsteps. Not mine. Coming closer. Who's there? I called. Silence. And then a voice. Soft, female, whispering my name. Natalie. I froze. It sounded familiar. I backed up until I hit a wall behind me, or what I thought was a wall. Instead, it was a door. Another door. Wooden, but this one was different. It had a mirror on it. I looked into it and saw myself, but not myself. Older, hair grayer, eyes wider, and the reflection spoke. You opened it, it said. What is this place? I asked. She didn't answer. She just reached out from the other side of the mirror and placed her hand against mine. The moment our palms met, a jolt shot through me. And suddenly, I remembered everything. I had been here before, as a child, just once, by accident. The door had opened for me, and I'd gone in. And someone else had come out. Someone who looked like me, lived my life, took my place. But now, she was dying, and I was being called back. The footsteps grew louder, and then I saw her, the reflection, the other me. She stepped out of the mirror and whispered, "It's your turn now." I ran, blind in the dark, screaming, clawing at walls, searching for a way out. And just when I thought I'd be trapped forever, the door reappeared. The original one, black, standing alone. I burst through it, collapsed onto the gravel, and when I looked back, the door was gone. But something had changed. In the mirror above my childhood fireplace, my reflection still looks like me. But sometimes, just for a second, she blinks when I don't. And every night at exactly 3:13 a.m., I hear footsteps walking down the driveway, coming back. Not just for me, but maybe for anyone who opens the wrong door.